Hey, welcome to Color Up. Now today's strategy I'm going to show you pretty much checks all the boxes that I like. You could play all day with it because it's a low risk strategy. You could play it at any level table, so 5, 10, 15, 25, $100 table, whatever you like. It's a very simple strategy to learn, to follow along, and to play. And from what I've seen, it wins. Now, the one thing it is missing is you're not going to make a huge win. It's not that home run type strategy. It's more of a grind strategy. But hey, it's very interesting, and I think you'll want to stick around and check this one out. Now this strategy comes from a YouTuber, Crappy the Craftsman. Now I saw this strategy actually a few years ago. He did this a few years ago, but he recently updated it. He's actually improved his sound, his video, everything. I like his presentation. He does a really good job. So if you're not already subscribed, I'll put a link down to that video. Go check him out. I recommend to subscribe for Crappy the Craftsman, but we're gonna take a look at his strategy. I don't think it has a name, but I'm just gonna call this the all day, just because it feels like you can play this all day. You could play this strategy at the $5 level, the $10, $15, even $25, well, even black chip if you'd like to. Again, it's a grindy strategy, so if you're going to be playing it at this low limit, it's going to take a lot of work to grind out a little profit. With this strategy, even I would be comfortable at playing at a green level. So let's say even at a $10 table, I would probably play at a green level. We don't have a lot at risk, but because we're playing higher units, you have the potential to win a little more. All right, it's a real simple strategy. The rule for this strategy is you're gonna need 4 units per shooter. And if I'm at a $25 level, I'm looking at $100. So 4 units, simple strategy. We're gonna start off on the don't pass. It'd be great if we could win with the 2 and 3. We are at risk at the 7 or 11. That's just craps, right? You do have to take a risk. If a point established, the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna make 2 come bets and then finally a don't come bet. So second roll, you're gonna make a come bet. Now the nice thing about this, you don't have to worry about those 0.7 outs anymore. If a 7 rolls here on the second roll after we've established a point, we win in the come, we win in the don't pass. All right, that doesn't happen and we roll a 9, the come bet moves up. We're gonna follow it up with another come bet. Here again, we're not worried about the 7. If a 7 rolls, we lose here, but we win in the come and the don't pass, so we still have that advantage. We're not worried about that early 7. Let's say it goes to another number, it goes to a 4. Then we have one last bet, and then so don't pass, 2 come bets, and then the don't come. Now this is where we're most at risk. Here the 7 is not working for us, because if a 7 rolls here, we lose the don't come, we lose the 9, we lose the 4, so we lose 75, and our don't pass wins. So basically, for the shooter, we will have a net loss of $50. Let's put it back in position. Another number rolls, it just travels behind the number. And again, it'd be great if it's a number that we already have bet. This would win, it gets paid, and now we're back working with a little bit of money in our pocket. And again, we only have 1 come bet, so we try to get a second come bet established, and here we're in great position. If the 7 rolls, we win, 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 and we only lose here. So that's the strategy. Don't pass, 2 come bets, don't come. So let's go ahead and test it out and see what happens. All right, I'm gonna play this with a $600 bankroll. That's enough for 6 shooters. I typically like 10, but for video's sake, we'll stick with this. All right, so we're gonna play 4 units per shooter. So let me go ahead and pull that up front. Kind of a nice money management built in. You could visually keep track of where you're at. We're beginning the game, so we'll just start off on that don't pass. And here we go. All right, shooter, here we go. Looking for the craps number for us. 9 is gonna be our point. Point is 9. Shooting against the 9. We're gonna follow that up with 2 come bets and then a don't come. If we can get there, let's see what happens. Yo, 11, all right, so that's a winner in the come. We'll take that. So we'll just put that in our rack. It's for ammunition for this particular shooter if we need it. All right, here we go. 4, the hard way, 4 hard. Come bet's gonna travel to the 4, followed up with our second come bet, and here we go. 7. All right, here we go. So we lose our 4, but we win in the come, we win in the don't. So if you stack it up here, you see there's our 100. We profited $50 on that particular shooter. So we'll set that aside and we're off to a good start. All right, let's go ahead and pull 4 units. Again, you play this at whatever units you feel comfortable with. Obviously it has to meet table minimum, but here we go. New shooter coming out. Let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and get down on the don't. And away we go. Yo, 11, that's no good for the don't. Remember, the don't loses on the 7 or 11. You win on the 2, 3. 12 is a push, or bar the 12. So we're going to lose that. We'll just follow it up with another bet and see what happens. Here we go. 8, easy. All right, that's going to be our point. We're betting against the 8. I'm going to follow it up with a come bet. 4, easy 4. Come's going to travel, and we've got enough for one more come bet. We're trying to get 2 come bets. Let's see what happens. 10, 10 the easy way. So we don't have enough for a don't come this round, but that's okay. We're looking to hit that 4 and 10 before we roll big red. We're just looking to avoid the 8 here. We're looking to avoid that point. Yo, 11. Stage of the game, we don't care. 5. No field 5. Oh, almost dropped my stick here. And there's that 7, so we're going to lose a little bit here. So we're going to lose these 2 bets, and we're going to win there on the don't. Puck's going to come off. For this particular shooter, we lose $50. So just set that aside. Our next shooter up, we'll pull our units aside. Go ahead and get on the don't. See what happens for this shooter. All right, here we go. It might be off the screen for you, but it's a 4, 4 easy. Should be a good one for the don't, but you never know. All right, let's get a come. I say that just because it's there's only 3 ways to roll it, so hopefully we won't roll it back, but here we go. You never know. Them dice are gonna do 10, right down there on the other end. Gonna make our second come bet. Yo, 11, that's a winner for us in the come. We'll take that. We just put it in our rack for the shooter. We've got a little more if we need it. 6, easy 6. It's going to travel inside. And now we're going to make our last bet on the don't come and see what happens. Here we go. 5, no field 5. So it's going to travel behind the 5. We've got our 2 come bets and our don't come established. So we're not going to bet anymore. We're just going to try and see what resolves itself. A 7's break even. We'd love to hit this 6 and 10 first. So here we go. 6 or 10 shooter. Nope, it's going to be the 7. So we're going to lose these 2 bets. Our don't come is going to come down and get paid. And we also get paid on our don't pass. But see here, we've got 5 units, so we actually profit $25 here on this particular shooter. All right, puck is going to come off. Let's go ahead and pull our units up front for a new shooter and go ahead and get down on the don't pass and see what happens. Another thing I like about the strategy, you got action going all the time, but again, it seems like such minimal risk. 5 is going to be our point. Let's follow it up with a come bet. Here we go. 6, 6, easy 6. It's going to travel to the 6. We're going to make our second come bet. Here we go. 4 the hard way, 4 hard. Because you're making these line bets, don't pass, come, if you'd like, you can always increase the volatility by adding or laying odds if you wanted to. So that's going to travel, and we're going to use our last bet to go in the don't come. So odds is a great zero house edge bet. In the end, it doesn't matter whether it's no odds or 100 times odds, the player is going to lose the same amount mathematically. What it does is increase volatility. So if you win with odds, you're going to win more. If you lose with odds, you're going to lose with more, right? So it's up to you. If you have the bankroll and you want to increase your volatility, you certainly can. This was kind of like a hedging, grinding. I don't know, I don't know that it would make more sense, right? If you're playing one side or the other, then it would probably make more sense to take odds or lay odds. But in this case, really not so much. You're just making much bigger bets, right? 4, easy 4. So this is ideal. Our don't's going to travel behind the 4, but this one's going to come down and get paid. So we'll take those and rack those up. We only have one come bet, so we'll go ahead and use our money to get another one going. All right, here we go. 5, and that is going to be our point hit. So we're going to lose the don't. Our come is going to travel to the 5, and our puck is going to go off. Now, because we have one more unit, we can go ahead and get down on the don't pass. We're going to have the same shooter coming out, and let's see what happens. Here we go. 9, all right, so our don't's going to be on the 9. Betting against the 9, against the 4, we're hoping to hit this 5 and 6 first. So let's see if we can make that happen. 12 craps. Yo 11, shooting some horn numbers here. Yo 11. Yo 11, was that 3 in a row? 6, easy 6, there we go. So our come's going to come down and get paid. And because we only have one come bet, we'll leave that there to try to get a second come bet. 8, easy 8. Travel to the 8. So now we're looking for the 5 or 8 before Big Red. Big Red, we're not afraid of it though. It'll just push our money here. So we lose these 2. This one's going to come down and get paid, and you get paid there. So that breaks even, but we had 25 in the rack here. So again, for the shooter, we win $25. So again, that's why it kind of makes sense to play larger units, because if you're playing this at a $5 table, $5, all that work for $5, that's really grindy. But here you're making $25 bets. You can stick around at the table all day. It's probably ideal for comp bets, not comp bets, but keeping track of your comps, because you're making a good sized bet. You're going to have lots of time at the table. All right, let's go ahead and pull money up front for a new shooter, and we'll go ahead and get down on the don't pass. One thing to know about comps, I mentioned playing the odds earlier. Most casinos, I don't know of any casino that does actually, your odds don't count towards comps, because it's a break-even bet for the player in the casino, so they just don't count it. So you may be thinking, oh, I'll put $25 bet and back it up with $2,500 in odds. They don't care about that money. It's not going to count towards your comps. For them, it's not a bet they could win on. They're not going to give you credit for it. All right, here we go. Shooter is coming out. We got a new shooter, right? I don't know if I dumped the dice, but here we go. 6, easy 6. Betting against the 6, and we're going to make a come bet. Here we go. 6 right back. So we're going to lose our don't pass. It's going to travel inside the 6, and the puck's going to come off. We have some more bets, so we'll try to get back in the strategy. We'll start on the don't pass. Same shooter coming out. Yo 11, that's no good for our don't. So down comes that. And we got enough for one more bet. If I can get my stack back down on that don't pass and see what happens. 8. It's going to be our don't. So here, obviously, we want to roll the 6, followed by the 7. Let's see what happens. We're looking like we're in a little trouble for the shooter. There's a 5. Come on, 6 shooter. 6. 10, easy 10. 10 again, down there on the end. 10 again. That's 3 times in a row, right? All right, here we go. 8, easy. That's not good. All right, so we're going to lose our don't pass. Our puck is going to come off. We're going to have the same shooter, and basically we got to hit that 6 to kind of save any money for the shooter. And 7. So it's a come out 7. We'd actually lose our 6. So for this shooter, we lost all $100. Now this shooter hurt us pretty bad, right? But we're in between rolls. So technically, well, you could wait if you want. If you want to establish 0.7 out and then bet on a new shooter, that's up to you. A little superstition kind of built in, or we could just pull it ahead and start again. I mean, this shooter's coming out. I'm gonna play it that way. All right, here we go, don't pass. And hopefully this shooter doesn't hurt us some more. It's the same shooter. And here we go, let's see what happens. 7 on the come out. Maybe I should have avoided this shooter. All right, this particular shooter is not good for us. All right, don't pass, here we go. 8, easy. So we're betting against the 8. We'll make a comeback. 7, all right. We'll recoup a little bit of money here because we went on the come, we went on the don't. So we win $25 for this second half of this same shooter, but really we're down 75 total on that particular shooter. How much time are we at? I think we have some time for, we'll pull this aside and we'll do 4 more shooters. Well, let's do this way. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll actually do enough for, we'll do this video with 10 shooters total and see where we stand. So let's go ahead and pull the money up front for the shooter. Get down on the don't. And see what happens. Here we go. 7 on the come out. Again, no good. All right. Seen a lot of 7s. All right, here we go. 10. 10 the hard way. Seemingly a good one for our don't. Let's go ahead and get down in the come. 7, all right. So we're going to win there. And our come bet wins and our don't pass wins. So for this shooter, again, we win $25. Let's move that over there. Get ready for our next shooter. Puck is going to come off. We'll dump the dice to simulate the dice moving to a new shooter. They get to pick 2 and get down on the line and send them on their way. Yo 11, that's no good for the don't pass player. Follow it right back up. 3, craps, we got it right back. So that's a winner for the don't. 8, easy 8. So we're shooting against the 8, and then we're going to get our comeback down. 8, easy, point hit. So here we lose our don't. The come's going to travel to the 8, and the puck's going to come off. Same shooter, we'll go ahead and get down on the don't pass. For the hard way, 4 hard. And we only have 1 comeback, so let's go ahead and get our second comeback and hope the dice roll in our favor a little bit. 6, easy 6. So we got some good numbers here. 6 and 8 we want to hit first. We want to avoid the 4. 3, craps. 7, all right. So we're going to lose these both and we're going to win there. So for a net loss for this particular shooter of $50. All right, puck comes off. I'm going to have a new shooter. All right, let's pull this up front. Get on the don't. And away we go. 7 for the come out. See, once you start with those come out 7s, it's hard to kind of, you don't mind the 0.7, the 2 roll 7, and 0.7s hurt you. It's hard to kind of make money after that. So we're a little bit behind for the shooter. But the dice can work out and we can win here on this particular shooter. It just has to roll just right. All right, we're out on that 10. We'll make a comeback. Here we go. 8, easy 8. It's going to travel to the 8. We'll make another comeback. 5. So it's going to travel. Here we're at risk, so we got to hit that 5 or 8 first. 9. All right, sister number to the 5, that is. 5, there it is. Took a funky bounce there, but we'll take it. So that's going to come down and get paid. Now we've got a little more ammunition. So we only have one combat. We'll get back there for our second combat. And now we're kind of back to our main strategy. There's the 8. This is good for us. This would come down and get paid, or the dealer's just going to pay you off and on next to your combat instead of physically moving them. Now we got a little more ammunition for the shooter. 4, easy 4. It's going to travel to the 4. And at this point, we can go ahead and bet on our don't come. Right back in our strategy. Here we go. 6, the easy way, 6. So this is going to travel behind the 6. Now a 7's a wash. We're still looking for that 4 and 8. 4, easy 4. So it's going to come down and get paid. We can rack that up, a little more ammunition for the shooter. We only have one combat, so we'll try to get another second combat going. 5, that's going to travel to the 5. So now we're looking for that 5 or 8 first. 12, craps. 5, nice. So it's going to come down and get paid. We'll rack that up. See, now we're in good shape. We've got 75 here for the shooter, and we'd really love to see that 7 now because we got 3 bets that would win with the 7 and only 1 loser. 8, easy 8. We'll take that as well. Again, the dealer's just going to pay you off and on. So if we can get a 7 now, we're going to have a really good win for this particular shooter, and there's that 7. So we're going to lose this 8. This is going to come down and get paid. We get paid in the come. We're going to get paid on the don't pass. So that is an ideal situation. So there's our original bet for the shooter. We win $150 on that particular shooter. So that's what you want to see. A roll just like that in that kind of sequence. All right, our 10th and final shooter. Let's see what happens. Get down there on the don't. And here we go. And remember, we started off losing to that come out 7, so you really never know. It just kind of depends on how these dice go. They can go in just the right sequence for you to lose or to win. 3, craps. See, this case, we're starting off fast. We don't know how it'll turn out. So here we go. 6, easy 6. That's our point. Go ahead and get down on the combat. 9, so our come's going to travel to the 9. Make one more combat. Try to get 2 established. 7, not going to happen, but that's okay. It's a good win for us. We're going to lose our 9, but we win in the come. We win on the don't. Puck's going to come off. So there's our 100. For this shooter, we won $50. So we actually played through 10 shooters, and let's see where we stand. We brought a bankroll of 600, but we actually played through 1,000. But let's see here. Let's see. 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 50. So we grinded out a profit of 150, not too bad. Again, we're looking at time in the table, low risk, money management, simple bets, a lot to like about the strategy. You know, you're playing big bets, so it's good for comps. There's a lot of positive. Again, you're not going to hit the home run, you know, with a decent roll. You know, you can win a lot more if you're, you know, making some bets and pressing or a lot of odds and that sort of thing. That's just not the goal of this particular strategy. So again, I got to thank Crappy, the Craps Man, and again, check out his channel. And until next time, you can let me know what you think about this strategy, but until then, good luck on coloring up.